Good day mga kamatiniks. Once again, this is Sir J, and for today's topic, I am going to discuss to you about problems involving sets. So I want you to listen carefully para maintindihan ninyo yung ating lesson. And without further ado, let's start with example number 1. So let A and B be the two finite sets such that the number of elements in set A is 20 and the number of elements in set B is 28. And the number of elements of A union B is 36. So find the number of elements of A intersection B. So determine muna natin kung ano yung ating mga given at kung ano yung tinatanong ng ating problem or what are being asked. So dito, ito yung ating mga given. N of A is equal to 20, N of B is equal to 28, and N of A union B is 36. So yung hinahanap ay yung N of A intersection B or the number of elements in A intersection B. Yun yung ating hahanapin. Okay? The next step is i-illustrate natin using Venn diagram. So let's say ito ay si universal set U. Itong first circle natin dito or yung itong oblong na to, ito si A. Then, ito naman si B. At yung nasa gitna class is yung kanilang intersection. Yung common na elements sa ating dalawang set. Si A intersection B. Okay, the next step is determine yung ating operation dito. Okay, so let's determine the operation. So that is N of A intersection B. Yung next step natin, N of A intersection B is equal to N of A plus N of B minus N of A union B. Okay? Then, isubstitute natin yung ating mga given value dito sa ating operation or dito sa ating formula. So, yung N of A, papalitan lang natin siya ng 20 plus yung N of B which is 28 minus itong ating N of A union B which is 36. And that is equal to 48 minus 36. And 48 minus 36 is 12. So, yan yung ating N of A intersection B. Ayan. So, mayroon na tayong sagot dito sa ating intersection and that is 12. Tapusin na lang natin siya. I-determine na lang din natin yung kung ilan lang yung A only at saka yung B only. Okay? Kasi dito class, sa ating number of elements ng A, mayroon diyang mga elements na nandoon din sa B. At dito naman sa number of elements dito sa B, dito sa 28 na yan, mayroon ding mga elements dyan na nandito din kay A. Yung common sa kanilang dalawa. At yung common nga sa dalawang set na yan is 12 elements. Yung common sa kanilang dalawa. Okay? So, ilan ba yung kay A lang at saka ilan ba yung kay B lang? Okay? So, isolve na lang din natin para malaman natin. So, let's have yung number of elements ni B only ha. Kay B only. Okay, B only. Ayan. That is equal to, ima-minus lang natin, si B, okay, nag-start tayo kay B. So, 28. 28, yung number of N, 28 minus 12. Okay? So, 28 minus 12 is, that is 116. Okay? So, that is equal to 16. So, yung kay B only is 16. Then, yung kay A only naman, we have yung N of A natin kanina, that is 20, di ba? So, N of A, ganyan lang yan class. N of A minus N of A intersection B. Okay? So, isubstitute lang natin yan. Ganyan din yung ginawa natin kay B, ha? So, N of A is 20 minus 12. And that is equal to 8. So, 8 dito. So, ano ba yung tinatanong kanina? Find the number of elements of A intersection B. Okay, so the answer is 12. Okay? So, ito yung ating answer. Okay, ayan. So, the number of elements of A intersection B is 12. Okay, I hope na-gets ninyo yung ating number 1. So, let's proceed now with number 2. In a junior high school, 200 students were randomly selected. 140 like tea, 120 like coffee, and 80 like both tea and coffee. So, again, determine the given. Okay, determine the given and what are being asked. Okay, so dito we have 200 students were randomly selected. So, ilan lahat yung ating students? 200 students in all. 140 dito like tea. 120 like coffee. 80 ngayon like both tea and coffee. Okay, like both tea and coffee. Okay, so itong first circle natin dito, let's say ito yung ating tea. At ito naman yung coffee, yung pangalawang circle. At yung gitna is yung kanilang intersection ni tea at saka ni C, ni tea and coffee. Okay, so na-illustrate na natin using Venn diagram. Then next is determine the operation. So here, since given na yung ating 80, okay, dito again, in a junior high school were selected, ilan dito yung may gusto ng ng tea at ilan dito yung gusto lang yung coffee. Okay, so dito class is ito na yung ating given, i-determine na natin yung ating operation dito. Okay, so para mahanap natin yung number of students, kasi dito 80, ma-determine natin yung number of students who like T only. Okay, so the number of elements para sa T only, okay, T only, we have N of T. Okay, N of T minus the number of elements of T intersection C. Ayan. So, the number of, ito, 140 yan. Ito yung N of T natin, class ha. N of T. Ito naman yung N of C. At ito naman ang N of T intersection C. Okay? Minus N of T intersection C, which is 80. And 140 minus 80 is 60. Okay? Then, next is, ito namang ating C only. Okay? So, N of C minus N of T intersection C. Okay? So, isubtract lang natin yan. Ano yung value ni N of C? 120 minus 80. And that is equal to 40. Okay, so therefore, ito ay 60, yung kay T only. And then yung kay C only is 40. So, ilan lahat ito? 60 plus 80 is 140 plus 40, 180. So, mayroong 20 students na walang pinili sa dalawa. Okay? So, therefore, mayroon tayong 20 students dito na walang pinili sa dalawa. I hope na gets ninyo yung ating example number 2. Okay? So, let's proceed with example number 3. A group of 25 high school students were asked whether they used either Facebook or Twitter or both. 15 of the students used Facebook and 12 used Twitter. So, ito yung mga tanong. How many students used Facebook only? How many students used Twitter only? And how many students used both social networking sites? So, again, determine what kung ano yung ating given and what are being asked. So, ito na-determine natin. Meron tayong 25 all na high school students na tinanong. At 15 dito of the students used Facebook. And 12 dito used Twitter. So, hindi natin alam kung ilan lahat ang students na gusto yung pareho na Facebook at saka Twitter. So, na-determine na natin yung ating given. So, illustrate natin using Venn diagram. So, ito yung first circle natin. Let's say, ito yung sa Facebook. At itong pangalawang circle is for the Twitter. At itong nasa gitna, yung kanilang intersection, yung elements na common. Dito sa problem natin, yung students na gusto both yung Facebook at saka Twitter. Okay? Yan. Pero wala siya sa given. So, yun yung nawawala. Plus, yun yung ating hahanapin. Okay, so dito, yung ating operation dito is, that is N, the number of elements of F, okay, F, intersection T, is equal to N of F, yung sa Facebook natin, ito yun ha, N of F, at ito naman yung ating N of T. Ayan. Plus N of T minus yung ating N of A union B. N of A union B. So, ano ba yung N of A union B natin? Itong 25. Ito yung ating N of A union B. Okay, so, i-substitute na natin, class. We have 15 here and we have 12 here minus yung ating 25. Okay, so 15 plus 12 is 27 minus 25, that is 2. So therefore, dalawang students yung gusto yung both na social networking sites, yung Facebook at saka Twitter. F of intersection T. So dalawang students yung may gusto niyan pareho. Ngayon, ilan ba yung students na gusto lang yung Facebook at ilan yung students na gusto lang yung Twitter? So para malaman natin yan, that is yung Facebook only, F only ha, F only equals, isolve natin yung ating N of F minus yung kanyang intersection, N of A intersection T. Okay? So, substitute, that is, N of F is 15 minus 15 minus 2. That is 13. Okay, so ito yung kay F only, 13. Next. Okay, so wala na pala. Dito tayo sa pinakagilid. Nasaan na yung cursor ko? Ayun. Okay. So, next is yung kay T only. T only. Ba yan? Okay, T only to ha. T only. Okay, kay T only is we have N of T minus N of F ito. Sorry. That is F. N of F intersection T. Ayan. So, substitute lang natin. We have 12 minus 2. 12 minus 2 is 10. So, therefore, yung kay Facebook only, we have 13. At yung kay Twitter only is 10. Ayan. So, how many students used Facebook only? We have 13. How many students used Twitter only? 10. And how many students used both social networking sites? 2. Okay, so I hope na-gets ninyo yung ating example number 3. So, okay, so for example number 4, we have a group of 50 students went for a tour in South Cotabato Province. Out of 50 students, 24 joined the trip in Lake Cebu. for a zip line experience, and 18 went to the flower farm in Tupi. Then 20 went to Siok Falls in Coronadal City. 12 joined the trip to Lake Cebu and Tupi. Then 15 went to Tupi and Siok Falls, and 11 made a trip to Lake Cebu and Siok Falls, and 10 visited the 3 tourist spots. So, we are determine natin dito kung ano yung mga given and what are being asked. So dito, yung tinatanong dito sa ating problem is how many of the students went to Lake Cebu only? And how many of the students went to Tupi only? And how many joined the Siok trip in Coronadal City only? And how many did not go to any of the tourist spots? Okay, so i-list down muna natin lahat ng ating mga given dito sa ating problem. So, we have 50 students lahat, okay? So, we have 50 students all. Say for example, itong ating U ay 50 students all. Okay, 50 students all. And then, yung ating students who went to Lake Cebu. Ito dito, joined the trip in Lake Cebu. So we have, so say for example, yung Lake Cebu is L. So yan ay 24. And then, ito yun, no, 24. And then, dito sa Flower Farm in Tupi, we have 18. So example, yung T or Tupi, we have 18 students went there. And to Siok Falls, let's say that is S. Okay, S, Siok. So we have 20 students went to Siok Falls. Then 12 joined to Lake Cebu and Tupi. So Lake Cebu and Tupi, LT. So we have 12. Ayan, no, 12. Okay? And then to Tupi and Siok. So TS. Tupi and Siok Falls, we have 15. And to Lake Cebu and Siok, Lake Cebu and Siok Falls. So we have 11. And then lahat yung ating LTS. Ito yung mga students na pumunta sa tatlong tourist spots natin. So we have 10. Ayan, so nasulat na natin yung ating mga given dito. So it is very easy na lang sa atin to... So unang ilagay natin dito class yung LTS. Kasi say for example, ito yung ating L. Okay, so illustrate na natin using the Venn diagram. Ito yung ating L, ito yung ating T, and ito yung ating S. Okay? So LTS. Itong part na to dito, ito yung LT. And then dito naman is LS. At ito ay TS. Okay? At itong gitna, itong pinakagitna natin ay LTS. Okay, ito yung part na to, yung pinakagitna kung saan yung ating mga students pinuntahan yung tatlong tourist spots natin. At ilan yon? We have 10. Okay? 10. And then para malaman natin kung ilan ang students, number of students who went to Lake Cebu and Tupi only. Okay, Lake Cebu and Tupi only. Ganito lang ang ating gagawin. So, LT. Okay, ilista lang natin dito class ha. LT. Okay, LT is equal to, ima-minus lang natin yung kaniyang, sa LT only ito ha, LT only. LT only. Okay, so ilista lang natin yung ating number. Ilan ba yung sa ating LT kanina? 12, di ba? Ayan, 12. So 12 minus yung ating LTS, which is 10. Okay? So LT minus yung ating LTS. I-subtract lang natin yan, and that is equal to 2. And then next, so 2 ito. And then next, kay LS. Kay LS naman. Or TS muna tayo. Sige, TS. TS only. Okay, so TS only, we have 15 minus 10. Okay, and that is equal to 5. So, ito ay 5. Next, kay LS naman tayo. LS only. Okay, LS only. So, kay LS, we have 11 minus 10. And that is equal to 1. So, 1 ito. Ayan. Next is, i-identify natin kung ilan yung students na pumunta kay Lake Cebu only dito sa ating L. So, para ma-identify yan, that is L. Okay, ganito ha. L only. L only. That is equal to, i-add natin dito class, ima-minus natin yung number of L natin dito. So, yung L natin is 24. Ayan. Minus, i-add natin yung kay L only ito ha, kay L only. I-add natin itong 2, yung kay LT. I-add natin yung kay LT which is 2 plus 10 plus 1. Okay, ito. So, ito yung kay LT. Then, ito naman yung kay LTS. At ito naman yung kay LS. Ayan. Okay, so i-add muna natin lahat yan bago natin i-minus sa 24. So, 24 minus 13. Okay? 24 minus 13 is equal to 11. So, yan yung kay L only. Kay L only, we have 11. Then, next is kay T only. T only. That is equal to 18 minus, okay, sa kay 18 naman minus, i-add muna natin itong 2, 10 at saka 5. Okay? 2, 10, and 5. So, 2 plus 10 plus 5. Okay, i-add muna natin yung kay LT, si LTS, at si TS. Then, i-minus natin dito kay 18. Okay? So, we have now 18 minus 2 plus 10, 12 plus 5, that is 17. So, 18 minus 17 is 1. Yan yung kay T only. 1. Okay? So, 1 yung kay T only. And then, yung kay S naman, kay S only, kay COC false. Kay S only, we have 20 minus, okay, kay S ha, minus 1 plus 10 plus 5. Okay? So, ito yung 1 kay LS yan, yung 10 LTS, at yung 5 ITS. Then, i-add natin, then tsaka natin i-minus sa 20. So, 1 plus 10, 11 plus 5, 16. 20 minus 16 is 4. So, yan yung kay S only. Okay, 4. Ayan, so nakompleto na natin, class. Ngayon, masasagot na natin yung mga questions dito. How many of the students went to Lake Cebu only? So, we have 11. 11 yan ha, yung sagot sa letter A. And then, sa letter B, how many of the students went to Tupi only? 1. Then, sa letter C, how many joined the COC trip in Coronadal? City only, COC. So, 4. And how many did not go to any of the tourist spots? Para malaman natin kung ilan yung students na walang pinuntahan sa tatlong tourist spots natin, i-add natin lahat ito dito. Tingnan natin kung siya ba ay equal to 50 kasi 50 lahat yung ating students, di ba? So, para malaman natin yung N, okay, so para malaman natin yung N ito yung mga students na walang pinuntahan. So, N is equal to, i-add muna natin lahat yan, tsaka natin i-minus sa 50. So, 50 minus, lahat ito ha, i-add natin, 1, plus 2. Okay, 1 plus 2 plus 11 plus 5 plus 10 plus 1 and plus 4. Okay, tsaka natin i-minus sa 50. So 1 plus 2, 3. 3 plus 11 is 14. 14 plus 5, 19. 19 plus 10 is 29. 29, 30, 34. So 50 minus 34. And that is equal to 16. Okay, yung N natin ay 16. So therefore, mayroong 16 students na walang pinuntahan sa kahit anong tatlong tourist spots natin. So the answer in letter D is 16. Okay, so 16 ito. Okay, again, ilista natin kung ano yung ating mga sagot. Para klaro. Okay, so in letter A, 11. In letter B, 1. In letter C, 4. And in letter D is 16. So, ito yung ating answers. So, I hope na gets ninyo kung paano gagawin yung ating number 4 na example. Okay? So, kita-kits ulit sa ating next video lesson.